Hi, everyone. So let's try to capture the energy for the week ahead. So, the intention for this reading is to be for the next 7 days from whenever you're watching this. I'd like to start with a zodiac sign, not because this will be your sign, but I just would like to know more of the energies that we're meant to work with this week. And then we'll pull two ancestor messages. Then we have four tarot decks, three of which we will use for clarification. So let's start with that zodiac sign. So we have Taurus, and we are currently in Taurus season. The sun is in Taurus, but Mercury is also in Taurus right now. And when Mercury is in Taurus, it can be kind of a time of resistance, perhaps I want to say. So we'll see as we go what wants to come out here with Taurus, but Taurus tends to be a very productive sign and a very practical sign. So let's see what else wants to come out as we work our way through the energy. But let's start with two ancestor messages. So we have someone else. So this could indicate a number of things, but there might be someone else in the picture, maybe someone you're overlooking, someone that you don't know about. But this word someone else, the word else, makes me think that there's something that you might not be aware of. So, but we'll keep going and see what else wants to come out. So then we have deceptive, which makes a little bit of sense coming in with someone else, because if there's something you don't know about, it could be because someone is purposefully trying to deceive you when it comes to this situation. It might have to do with someone who is a Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus. There could be a Taurus involved that you're not aware of, or that you could be overlooking. This Taurus person could be deceptive, but let's see what else wants to come out. But we are in Taurus season. And as I said, Taurus is in Mercury right now. So there are a lot of reasons why Taurus may have made an appearance here. So, but let's start looking at the tarot to see what else we're going to find out about this week coming up, about perhaps a person that you're not aware of or someone who's been deceiving you. So there's the Hierophant, King of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Underneath, Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Swords, that's that deceit we were just talking about. Eight of Swords, Four of Swords. And underneath everything is the Five of Wands. So this is a bit disconcerting to me, because I do feel like with this Five of Wands underneath everything, that there is something hidden here, some kind of a masculine energy I'm getting with all these wands, maybe of some kind of a competition. What I'm getting, because this is a minor arcana and it's a 5, that it feels like it's much ado about nothing, that this is one of those things that is really not going to matter a year from now or even a week or a month from now. So it's one of those things where I feel like it's a nothing burger that's going to end up in some kind of a conflict or a competition. And if there is someone else that you don't know about somehow, or someone that you're overlooking, that can sometimes indicate some type of a competition. So let's keep going. So you're being asked to focus on the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. Those are both major arcana. And so with the Hierophant coming in for you in your position of what you should be focusing on, this is saying don't sweat the small stuff. The Hierophant does not get involved in petty arguments or petty nonsensical competitions. It feels like this is really asking you to stay bright. So don't dim your light, in other words, and engage in whatever this is that this person wants to come in, whatever games they want to play, whatever is happening in your life that you feel is deceitful or like a competition, to really just overlook it and take the high road. That's what the Hierophant is saying, to really take the high ground on this. Because if you do that with the Wheel of Fortune, it's really showing that that's when there's going to be a shift in the energy in your favor. And so I do think that with the Hierophant here, that this is really just saying to disengage from this, take a break from this, or get off of whatever this treadmill is, or whatever this deceit is, or whatever this competition is, or whoever might be trying to get in your energy. Make it make sense for you and your situation this week. But it does feel like there is a need for you to just disengage from it, and then the wheel can help you turn. So take the high ground and go elsewhere. I think with this King of Wands here in your challenge position, because you're showing up as a King of Wands in this position, it makes me feel like you will want to engage in this fight. And this is very strongly saying to really disengage is the word I'm getting again from this, but I'm also getting to be mature about it, because the King of Wands uses his or her courage in a very mature way. They've faced a lot of things. They've had to be courageous about a lot of things. They've had to battle their own ego when it comes to a lot of things. And so I do think that that's what this is telling you twice, to not engage in this. This is petty, and you're showing up as a Hierophant and a King of Wands, neither of whom needs to be petty about anything. And I do think with this Seven of Swords here, that that's confirming this deceit that we've already seen. And so I do think that that's in your challenge position as well, because whatever this deceit is, you're probably going to find out this week, because the wheel is turning right towards the Seven of Swords. So that tells me that whatever has been happening behind your back, whatever this someone else is about, you're going to find out this week. And so it's going to make you want to engage in this fight, but this is really cautioning you and saying not to do that. And we've been getting energies like this a lot lately, but I feel like it's all kind of coming to a head this week. So the message that's coming through here with the Page of Swords is really to just kind of stay in the background and try to remember who you were being loyal to and why in this situation, because the Knight of Pentacles is a very reliable and loyal energy. These are all you. All three of these cards represent you. So you're showing up as a King of Wands, a Page of Swords, and a Knight of Pentacles. So the Page of Swords is really telling you to take a step back and don't do anything. Just disengage completely, that it's time to stand in the background. You're not really ready for this battle. The Page is not ready for a battle because their energy is too inexperienced when it comes to this particular type of energy. And I'm not saying that you are inexperienced when it comes to it, but I'm saying the Page here is telling you not to do anything because you're not ready. But also, again, there's this message coming through here about being careful about who you're being loyal to with the Knight of Pentacles, because someone who you've been loyal to has actually been deceiving you in some way. And I do think we're going to find that out this week, because the Wheel of Fortune is pointing right at whatever this deception is. And so I do think another message coming through here with this Eight of Swords is not only to stay put, but I think especially with the King of Wands coming in a diagonal with this Eight of Swords, that this is saying that you are a whole lot tougher than you actually think you are, that you can handle this. You can restrain yourself. I'm getting a restraint type of energy with this mature King of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. This is a message saying just restrain yourself from getting involved in this. Whatever you find out this week that was a deception, to just walk away from it. As much as you want to engage and as much as your fiery part of you might want to jump into this fight and jump into the ring here with these other competitors or whatever this is for you. But this says to restrain yourself. It's very clear. So the potential outcome for the next 7 days then is the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. And I love seeing the Four of Swords here, because this means that in this energy, you decided to be loyal to yourself with the Knight of Pentacles, and that you understood that you really just have to be on your own side here, because there's something going on here that you can't trust. Someone that you used to trust, you're realizing this week that you can no longer trust them. And the Four of Swords is fantastic in this position, because it really means to me that you put this to rest, that you walked away, you disengaged from this fight, which is what we've been talking about, that there's no need for you to be involved in this. Stay grounded and stay out of it and disengage and move on. The Knight of Pentacles moves on. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of movement, and so is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is going to start shifting the energy to allow you to see with your own two eyes what the deception is, so that you can move on and put this thing to rest and not engage in it and not make it any worse. This person, whoever's creating this deception, is also creating karma for themselves, and you don't want to entangle your karma with theirs. This is a perfect opportunity for you to untangle your karmic spaghetti, as I like to call it. It's a perfect time to do that. So I would just say to do that. Your karma is clean and keep it that way. So, but let's get some clarifiers here to try to wrap this up and see if we can capture a few more aspects of the energy that wants to come through. So, and also another thing to note here is that the Hierophant does represent the sign of Taurus, and we did roll Taurus. So it may be that it's just directing us back to this Hierophant card of just taking the high ground and the importance of that. The importance of taking the high ground over engaging in petty stuff or fighting over people that aren't worth fighting for, or make it make sense for you. But that's what this is reiterating to me, Taurus and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune are clarified by the Page of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So for many of you, this is a love interest that we're talking about. It doesn't have to be for a lot of you. Some of you, this could be a work-related thing where someone's just stabbing you in the back. It could be a friendship thing. Make it make sense for you, but I am seeing the Two of Cups. So it does feel, again, like it's someone that you've been very loyal to, someone that you've been very in some kind of a partnership with, someone that you have emotional feelings for because of the Two of Cups. I'm getting that. But this Nine of Cups is really telling me how selfish this person in your energy has been, that everything that they've been doing has been very self-serving. And with this Page of Wands showing up here too, the Page of Wands is like a fire starter, someone who's ready to fight, someone who's ready to scrap. And so I do feel like you're the King of Wands here and they're the Page of Wands here. And it feels like the King of Wands wouldn't even engage in a fight with a Page of Wands because it would just be too easy. And so that's what I'm getting. Again, to walk away because this person has been deceptive and they've been doing it because they're selfish. But you've been loyal to this person too long. So the King of Wands and the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Magician, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So this is giving that same energy. So we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands here, which is confirming that it feels like this is a couple of some kind. This is someone you're in a romantic relationship with or a business partnership with, because the King and Queen of Wands can often represent business partners or colleagues. But either way, this is a partnership of some kind here. And with the Magician, again, with the Ace of Cups, it's giving a very selfish energy to me. The Ace of Cups is one cup. And so instead of pouring into two cups, this person was only concerned about their one cup. And with the Magician here, it's really giving this feeling that this deception, that this other half of your couple or partnership has been really deceptive, but trying to pull the wool over your eyes or trying to have smoke screens over the situation and trying to manipulate the situation to fit their own needs and their own agenda. So the Page of Swords and the Eight of Swords is clarified by the Three of Swords, the Page of Cups, sorry, that's the Knight of Cups, and Strength. So the Knight of Cups and the Three of Swords is reminding me that you've had your heart broken over this. Whatever it is that you're about to find out this week, it's probably going to be painful for you, because if this is a situation where it's someone that you very much trusted, someone you've been loyal to, someone you have emotional feelings towards, and if you do find out that they've been deceiving you, they've been selfish in some way, they've only been investing in themselves and not you or not the connection, it looks like, especially here, because the Knight of Cups and the Three of Swords are both about your heart space and your heart center. And so it does look to me like there's going to be pain involved when you learn this situation. But the Strength card is here reminding you that you've got this, that the universe has your back. And we're seeing that with the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. And that's going to give you that energy and that momentum that you need to walk away from this. Because when someone's really does something painful or deceptive or something that we didn't see coming, that feels like a gut punch, Usually our first reaction, especially with all these wands, is to turn around and punch back. But this is really saying not to do that. Take the high ground and go and give your loyalty to yourself. And strength is here to help motivate you to move away from this. There's no reason to fight against or for people who are deceiving you. It's best to just move on. So the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, again, I love this combination, is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So what this is saying is there is a reward for you at the end of this. Whenever we learn karmic lessons, whenever we close out karmic cycles, whenever we don't go back into cycles or re-engage or retangle our karmic spaghetti, we always get rewarded for that. And it feels to me like with this Knight of Pentacles coming in with the Ten of Pentacles, this is saying to me that you walking away, you're going to smack right dab into your reward. You're going to smack right into it because you walked away. And this is saying with the Four of Pentacles that just to hold back from this Five of Swords. So this to me is very clear. The Four of Pentacles is about holding back, and the Five of Swords is about deception and fights and arguments and petty nonsense. And this is saying hold back from doing that. It's very clear. Do not engage in this fight and you will be rewarded. If you put your loyalty in yourself, close out this karmic cycle you're in with this person, and the healing will begin and the rewards will begin. So that is what I have for you for the week ahead. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.